Question: do you like convenience foods? Let's talk about it. Back in a minute. Hey, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? Hope, as always, that this video finds everybody doing well. And if you are brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a veteran viewer and subscriber here, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just dropping by to say hello one time, hello, thank you for stopping by. And I hope one day you come back and stick around. Want to talk a few minutes today about convenience foods. Some people are for them, some people are totally against them, and I am for them. Okay. I'm not saying constantly and only eat convenience foods because some of them can be too salty, too fatty, too high in calories, or whatever. But the truth of the matter is, they are what they are, convenient. And sometimes it's actually more cost effective to actually purchase convenience foods. Let's think of it this way. How many times, all of us, this has happened to, you come home from work, you thought you took down the steak from the freezer, you actually did not. You thought you had things ready before you dashed out the door in the morning. And inevitably, what's the first temptation? To pick up the phone and make a call, possibly to takeout of some sort. Takeout is convenient, yes, but it's also costing you a tip. It's also costing you time to wait for the delivery. And not all places deliver pronto, quickly, on time. We've all gone through that route. And sometimes we end up paying a lot of money, not even for the service of which we thought we would have. So it ends up being a mess. A better idea, in my opinion, is always keep a few frozen or canned convenience foods or meals in your home or apartment. I'm not saying let that be your mainstay diet at all times. I am saying if you keep a couple of those convenience foods at home, you just may save yourself tip, time, effort, and energy. Even going to an outdoor diner or something takes time. You got to get ready, you got to drive there sometimes. Again, it's all up to you, but I just thought I'd remind you of this. The other thing I wanted to mention, I was thinking about something, and it comes in the form of tomatoes, tomato paste, tomato sauce. Now, back in the day, I grew up with parents that always made their, as they called it, gravy. They made their Italian gravy, which pretty much took up all of a Sunday afternoon. That's what I grew up with. That's their tradition, what my parents used to do. Bless their hearts, are no longer here. But when I was a teenager, I noticed that there were a lot more of these pre-made jar sauces coming out, like in the 60s and in the 70s. I was a teenager in the 70s. And I always wanted to try one. And I did try one at a friend's house one day. It was pretty darn good. That's a form of convenience foods. Honestly, even though my parents' quote, end of quote, gravy was fantastic, and they put a lot of beautiful ingredients in it, and the whole building smelled great every single Sunday, it was great. But I don't know if I personally would want to spend hours and hours on end doing that all the time. Therefore, the jarred sauces of today are greatly improved, in my honest opinion, than from the jarred sauces that when they first came out when I was younger. Okay. And by the way, there are so many choices, and you could get typically a sauce jar, a gravy jar, sauce jar, whatever you want to call it, for like $1.50, $2. I've even heard some people get them on sale as low as 99 cents every once in a while, probably by coupon or some sort of a weekly special or a loss leader or something. But jar for jar, that kind of convenience food works, because suppose you're having a bad day and you don't have time to throw a meal together. What's easier than heating up some of that sauce and boiling up some of that pasta? It doesn't get easier than that. Very convenient, and you avoid having to make that expensive phone call. Also, If you want to do pizza, you could pick up a jar of pizza sauce. If you don't have pizza sauce and have regular jarred sauce like marinara, doctor it up with the pizza type flavors like the garlic powder and the oregano and the basil, and you got yourself some pizza sauce if you make yourself some homemade pizza. I want to mention today, we're talking about recipes, okay? A friend of mine, we call each other sis. We're kind of like, kind of like related through a marriage thing. And we've been calling each other sis for quite a long time. So, Toni, I'd like to thank you for your homemade chicken soup recipe, which I found she had sent to me. And then I asked her if I could, put this on the air. She was like, sure, share it with the folks. So let me just get to the right spot of the message. And yes, Toni, sis, I do agree with you that it's cheaper to make it at home than do it outside. And nothing beats homemade soup, in my honest opinion, especially chicken soup on a cold night. Woo-hoo-hoo. We have plenty of those ahead, believe you me. All right, so it starts off the ingredients with 2 chicken breasts. Toni likes to use 7 cans of Swanson chicken broth. That sounds like a lot. So if you're on an extremely tight budget, swap it out with whatever way that you normally would use your chicken, like maybe chicken water. Water, fresh water, and maybe some bouillon cubes. Or if you prefer, going with the 7 cans of Swanson chicken broth. Plus, in addition, Toni adds 1 pack of chicken broth powder, 1/2 of an onion, 1 nice-sized parsnip, 1 nice-sized turnip, a few sprigs of dill, and Toni uses at least 8 carrots, at least 8 stalks of celery, if not more, and a few sprigs of fresh parsley. She uses a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper, and she uses ditalini pasta, or any type of small pasta is good. She also, optionally, you can use orzo pasta. That's one of my favorite too. Ditalini or orzo, both of them I love. Ditalini pasta or any type of small pasta is good. She also uses orzo with a 1/4 cup of water. She starts with the canned chicken broth, chicken-based packet, 2 chicken breasts, then adds the veggies, covers the pot with a cover, but leaves it a bit open. She loves the smell, and I could tell it's going to be good. Loves the smell cooked on a low flame for 2 hours, or until all the veggies are fork tender. Yes. Then at the end, she shreds the chicken breast up after in the bowl. She likes to add some of the 1-pound pasta into each bowl. Yummy. She apologized for the length of her message. No way, sis. Never apologize for a message, and never apologize for a message such as this. I could tell you now, you may not know it, but I'm chilly where I am right now. I actually have a blanket on me. You just didn't know that. I'm like really chilly. So reading about this homemade hot chicken soup definitely fits the bill. You know something? Who knows? I may make some type of soup today. Not sure which flavor. That one sounds really good. I have to make sure I have all of the ingredients. Well, anyway, the cost of convenience. Who doesn't mind making a beautiful pot of soup like this versus only using canned? Don't get me wrong, canned soup is great. I use it too. But there are days that you just cannot beat the smell and the taste of fresh homemade soup. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more savings, tips, and tricks. Thanks again, Toni, sis. Love you. Have an amazing, fantastic day. I'm going to close the show, but I'll be right back with a wave. Take good care now, everyone. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye, Toni.